SOPHIE PARKSOPHIE Park. The New York Times RealClearPolitics. Donald Trump is on track to win back the White House next year on the strength of his anti-inflation message. This is a bit odd, because the Republican candidate's economic platform is based on a plan to massively raise consumer prices. Trump has led Joe Biden in the last 8 national polls of the potential 2024 presidential race. In RealClearPolitics polling average, the Republican leads Democratic president by 1.6 points, and his lead is larger in swing states, according to recent polls from Bloomberg News and the New York Times. Frankly, there are many reasons why voters prefer Trump to Biden. They may believe fetus is human being, or that climate change is hoax, or the U.S. president should be vassal of the House of Saud. But Trump's primary driver, especially among swing voters who favor him, is his superior credibility on economic issues. Voters list the economy and inflation as their top concerns in every major poll, and they consistently express greater faith in Trump's competence on these issues than Biden's. In a Bloomberg Morning Consult poll from last month, swing state voters favored Trump over Biden on the economy by a 15-point margin and trusted Republicans more than Democrats to best address the cost of daily goods and services by 12 points. These results are consistent with the findings of various other studies of both battleground states and the nation as a whole. Voters' belief in Trump's price management bona fides may be based on nostalgia for the 2019 economy, antipathy for Biden, or the belief that The Apprentice is a documentary. However, one thing it certainly does not rely on is an accurate understanding of the macroeconomic impacts of the Trump 2025 agenda. This agenda includes imposing a 10% tariff on all foreign goods, enacting massive deficit financing tax cuts, and cutting off America's foreign-born workforce through mass deportations and immigration restrictions. Taken together, this creates a recipe for a significant increase in U.S. consumer prices. Consumers would pay the price for Trump's tariffs. Trump promised to put a ring around the U.S. economy. By that, the Republican means he would impose a universal tariff of roughly 10% on all foreign imports. According to the Washington Post, it is theoretically possible for the cost of a tariff to be borne entirely by foreign producers rather than domestic consumers. When China imposed tariffs on American soybeans during the Trump years, U.S. farmers were unable to fully shift the burden of those tariffs to Chinese consumers. This is because there are many soybean exporters in the world, many of whom are able to sell to the Chinese market without being subject to significant tariffs. To compete with these other producers in China, American farmers have had to lower prices and accept thinner profit margins. But when you impose high tariffs on all goods from every exporter, your nation's consumers will inevitably